The Greater Reston Arts Center recently hosted an art auction for happiness to raise money for the nonprofit organization Let's Help Kids.
So when my daughter was 6, she came home from school one day and decided that she wanted to be a big boss, was how she put it. And she said that she wanted to start a company that helped kids.
And I just thought about all the kids out there who really just didn't have anything to do, and their parents couldn't do anything with them because they didn't have enough money. And I was like, maybe I could start a company so I could spend more time with my mom, so I could make kids happy.
And I thought that was pretty cool, so why on earth would I not help her do that? So we went ahead and looked online and found the name and set it up, and she decided that what she wanted to do was really make kids happy. It was all about filling buckets and paying it forward and allowing other kids to be happy and feel like kids so that they could then turn around and help other kids feel like kids. So that's really where it came from, was just her having an idea when she was 6 that, hey, this is what I want to do, and me thinking that that was too good an idea to let it go.
I think especially in Northern Virginia, which overall is a very affluent area, it is easy for children to completely miss the fact that there are other kids that come to school every day who are hungry, or maybe go home to a homeless shelter. And what's very exceptional to me is that Rachel, as a young girl in kindergarten, read a book about filling people's buckets, helping other kids, came home, and like many kids, told her mom about it, and said that she wanted to do something. And I've been blown away by the fact that Jen made that happen. She really listened to her daughter and said, awesome, let's find a way that we can make that happen, that we can fill people's buckets.
The mom side of me was just a little tiny bit proud when she came up with this whole thought. Number one, I love the fact that she wants to help other people and make other people happy. And it just warms your heart is a very cliche saying, but oh my God, it does. It feels really good that she wants to do this. And then the business person side of me is really excited that she wants to be a self-starter and have her own company and do her own thing. I want her to grow up and be an entrepreneur. I don't want her to think she has to grow up and get a job. So I'm excited on it for so many different reasons.
And in turn, Rachel, as a young person, has inspired some of her friends who are also now in 2nd grade to get involved with what she's doing and, you know, turn their birthday parties into ways to help other kids, or on their summer breaks, think about kids who might need water or some of those basic needs. So that's a really exceptional thing.
So the organization has done a lot of things for kids. We work with a lot of the local agencies and their caseworkers to be able to find kids who are in an appropriate situation for us. We want to make sure that they're financially disadvantaged and that it's not someone who calls up and just says, hey, give my kid money or give my kid a present.
We go there, and if they have a caseworker, teachers, parents, we give their presents to them because we don't want to walk up to a kid and go like, hey, here's a present, and they don't feel very comfortable like that.
But the things that we'll do are birthday presents for kids in the shelter. We'll do bicycles for kids in transitional housing.
Inbounds, 4 cases of balloons, I think.
We've done movie passes for kids living in the shelter, Halloween costumes.
Like Spider-Man costumes.
We've done a musical instrument. We've done summer camp scholarships. We did almost 90 weeks of summer camp scholarships over the last 2 years for kids in Fairfax County. So it's been really great. We have a great partnership with the Park Authority.
We're fortunate that we have other organizations that provide food or shelter, some of those basic needs for kids who are struggling and their families who are struggling. But Let's Help Kids really puts the icing on the cake for those children whose daily lives can be so much more challenging than we can even imagine.
We have one big fundraiser in the spring that we've done each year, a big gala, and we decided we needed something to balance it out in the fall so that we'd have cash flow for the organization. And we thought, okay, well, let's do something. We don't want it to be another big gala, but we're not really sure what to do with it. And the conversation came up, I don't even remember who I was with at the time. I think it was one of our board members. And they said, oh, well, why not do, an art auction? And the more we thought about it, the more I thought that'd be a lot of fun. So we started talking to artists in the area who then also spread the word to friends of theirs. So we actually have art that's come from Canada and some from California and others that artists have shipped it to us for our use tonight. So all of the art is donated, and 100% of the auction proceeds, again, will go to the organization.
And the fact that through funds raised at events like this one tonight, children are able to have a special gift on their birthday, or take that violin or clarinet lesson that otherwise they couldn't afford, they're able to sort of continue a little bit of that normal childhood joy that so often gets put on hold when their families are going through a tough time. So we really do try to put smiles on kids' faces, even those that are really in a tough spot.
In the advertising business, they say kids and puppies sell. So we have an organization that was started by a 6-year-old. It's started by kids to help kids. So when you start to talk to organizations about that, they're willing to step forward and help. So Grace Gallery stepped forward and gave us their space for the auction. Il Fornaio stepped forward and has provided all of the beer and wine and food for tonight. In our other events, we have vendors who step forward and they're willing to give of their services and of their time. It's really fabulous. People are able to come forward, and it allows us to keep 100% of the money donated to the organization actually goes to the kids. One of the things that's really great, we actually go to this event each year. She's asked to come and speak to a bunch of 5th graders. And they do this big event that talks all about giving back and philanthropy, and they invite in all of these nonprofits, and they shuffle the kids from room to room, and all the kids bring $1. And so they learn from all of these nonprofits about what they do, and then they decide what they want to do with their $1. And it's fascinating to watch when they come into our room, because they think I'm there to talk to them. And when Rachel starts to talk to them, they're floored. And they start asking her questions. They're like, "This is your company? You started this?" She's like, "Well, anybody can start it. It's not that hard." And it's true, and the kids really, it meant more to them because they could see from her that anything was possible. And why can't a kid start something like this? Why not have them grow up knowing that they can give back this way? It's not something you should have to learn after you get out of college and have money. It doesn't take money to do this. All it takes is the heart, and you figure out a way.
I just want the kids that we've helped to go on and help other children. And then it passes down all around the world.